That's right, everybody. If you don't watch Champ Chatter this week, you're a big, stupid son of a bitch, and you probably should be fired. I'm here to bring you the first edition of Champ Chatter. I apologize, but I've been too busy winning, 2-0. As I look at my team, I had Sammy Watkins on the bench this week. I got Leonard Fournette. Already has... He's already... There's a game in London this week. My God, guys, I didn't even know there was a game this week already. It's 7:48 in the morning here in Los Angeles. How was I to know? Gotta start it off right. Let's get to brewing, baby.
Hydrated, that's all.
Well, let's talk about the start here. Off to an incredible start.
Well, we got to keep it going. Some penalties early on. We're fortunate to get 3 points out of it, but we can't have those penalties. We got
America's #1 shave at low prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions. As those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality products. Nobody can beat the benefits of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
I absolutely recommend.
Let's go, baby. We got football. Let's make the picks.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky?
Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of Champ Chatter. I am your champion, Sam Webster. Today I'm going to talk about London football, the proper way to pick a flex, and we'll get into some of your email questions. But right now, let's get down to the picks. So the first matchup, I have Derek beating Bruce simply because I thought on draft day, if someone can scoop up Derrick Henry and maybe, just maybe, DeMarco struggles or gets hurt or something, Henry can be a huge X factor. He runs great in his change of pace role. And boy, that Tennessee offensive line, I dug deep. I found out they have a good blocking percentage of 51% the first 2 games. And to give you some perspective, last year the Steelers led the league with just 41% good blocking. And you all saw what Le'Veon Bell did. My goodness. I like Henry to score 2 touchdowns this week. And Bruce's big-time weapon, Gronk, he's going to play sparingly. I don't like it. So second, I have Scott over Pembroke. Scott had a big game from Carlos Hyde on Thursday, and there's no indication that Kareem Hunt is going to slow down. I think it's going to be a battle between him and Leonard Fournette for Rookie of the Year, maybe even rushing champ, you know. And Pembroke starting a Browns quarterback, so case closed. I had Moan over Kyle, but thanks to new evidence, I'm picking Kyle. Todd Gurley looked like 2015 Todd Gurley. Had a 100-yard game for the first time since Jurassic World came out. If you can imagine that. I love Deshaun Jackson. I think Kyle's in for a big week. Although Moan has some great options. If Samaje Perine gets the start today, I think he'll have a big day. And Moan needs it because, God, his running backs are hurting. It's only week 3. I have Zuck over Coach. I think in the battle of the two fantasy quarterbacks that everybody wants, I think Aaron Rodgers wins today. He's going to blow up Cincinnati. Tom Brady could struggle against that tough Texans defense, but it's Tom Brady, so he might not. Whatever. Zuck's receivers are a little boom or bust every week, but not this week. Devontae Parker's playing without Randall Cobb. Calvin Benjamin is playing New Orleans. I think those guys are going to boom this week. I also predict a bit of a letdown from the Broncos, so C.J. Anderson's not getting in the end zone. I don't think he's going to have a good game. And in my shit show of the week, I have Nick narrowly beating Kevin. Let's call it 61-58. Classic shit show matchup. You've seen it before. Although this year Nick might be the unluckiest of all fantasy players. He has a great draft. He finally has a very solid beginning, but he starts 0-2. But I like him this week. Shady will bounce back against Denver. They can't put back-to-back performances like that. Zeke last week, 8 yards. I think the Broncos defense, they're in for a letdown. I'm really nervous today watching these babies. The Bills aren't tough, but yeah, the Broncos, whatever. Anyway, what did I put in my notes here? Let's see here. Oh, Jameis is going to have a big week. Oh, I like Jameis. If I lived in Vegas, I would bet Jameis to an MVP. I like the guy. I think this is his year. And I think Nick might be a playoff team if Jameis gets hot and he keeps riding some of his pieces. But he's got to get off the schneid. What is a schneid? That's a really silly word. Of course, the matchup of the week, I have myself beating Alex. That Michael Thomas trade really solidified my wide receivers to go with the best receiving core in the league. I think it's by a mile. Zeke Elliott, volume guy. Dalvin Cook, volume guy. Leonard Fournette, volume guy. You can't beat that. I have Ezekiel Elliott in my flex this week. You boys don't stand a chance. My gosh. Let's see here. Alex has Matt Stafford now. I think Alex is definitely not the same 0-2 team that started. I think now that he can put points up at quarterback, and I think Matt Stafford is going to have a huge game to try to fuck me because I traded him. And he's playing the Falcons. I think that's going to be like a 41-37 game, something like that. And on to your email questions. As I promised, I got this email from Jimmy in Ontario. He reads... Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Ah, fuck. Hold on. Here we go. Dear Mr. Champ, how can I become a champ just like you? Very simple and to the point. I have a feeling it's going to be all the email questions this week. This year, I should say. Well, it's really simple. It's nothing I'm doing special, Jimmy, from Ontario, let me tell you. I just have to deal with the environment around me. You take a look at Alex's receivers. It's the bustiest I've seen in years. Martavis Bryant, who knows? But his second receiver, Rashad Higgins. I don't know who that is. You can go pick up Geronimo Allison and Brandon Coleman off the scrap heap, and I'm willing to bet this week those two do better. I'm going to keep a tally. Geronimo Allison, Brandon Coleman will outscore Martavis and Rashad Higgins. I'm going to keep track of that in my brain here, and we're going to see who wins, the scrap heap or Alex's starting lineup. Let me see here. And, you know, he's got Joe Mixon, a third string running back in his flex. I realize he picked him in the third round. He kind of has to start him, but no thanks, Alex. It's 0-3 for you. I would say that's all the time I have, but I got all the time in the world. This is all I really want to say to you guys. Keep trying out there. Here's the 3-0. Tune in for Champ Chatter next week, maybe. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you have a blessed fantasy day, except for Alex.
Time